Hi there. I'm going to walk you through a brief tutorial of the Household Financial Snapshot so that you can see and understand how all the various tabs work together and are connected. Before I get started, I just want to mention that this is meant to be an overview of your Household Financial Snapshot as it stands today. It's not intended to be an ongoing tracker or a budget. I have other products that will help you with that. This one here is intended to help you create awareness of what your current household financial picture looks like today. This will help you move on to the next step of managing your money through tracking and budgeting. Okay, so now that I've covered that, let's move on to the various tabs of the spreadsheet. And the first tab, as you can see where we are right now, is the cover tab, which is what you used to get to this tutorial. Please refer to this tab for any tutorial or resource updates in the future. Now, as I walk you through each of the tabs, you're going to notice some common themes, like this one. At the top, you're going to see only fill out the white cells. This is because throughout this workbook, you only want to enter information down here in the white cells or selecting information from the drop-downs. The shaded cells would have formulas in them, and if the formulas get changed or deleted, the spreadsheet and calculations won't work properly. You'll also notice that there is a box in some of these, again, up here, that is used to refer you to any resources that can provide more details that may help you in completing information throughout this snapshot. Like maybe how to quickly grab your information from your bank and credit card statements to fill these tabs out. And lastly, you will notice up in the right corner as well, a box that shows the total amount. And this total amount is the total of all the lines listed within the tab, and it's what feeds over to your dashboard tab down here. Okay. So now I'm going to walk you through each tab, starting with this financial accounts overview and ending with the dashboard tab, which is the visual portion that shows you your complete household financial snapshot overview of all the tabs combined. So as we look at the financial accounts overview, you will see that I have pre-populated some examples for you. In order to clear these examples and start fresh, what you'll want to do is select these cells that I have put examples in, making sure you're not selecting any of the shaded area up here, and then hit your delete key. And then you can see that it's a clear page for you. I'm going to put it back in. I just wanted to show that to you. And then one other spot I want to show you on the retirement overview, you'll see that there's a shaded column. Again, you don't want to select those when you're deleting the examples. So you have to do this in two parts on this tab. You'll select the first area in white and hit delete. You'll see that these numbers are no longer in here, but that's just because you don't have content over here. The formula has not been deleted. Once you enter something here, these will pre-populate. And then go on this side and do the same thing. Select them and hit delete. Now I'm going to put them back in, but I just wanted to show you briefly how to do that. So back to the financial accounts overview tab. This is for all your banking and financial institution information. It's not credit cards. We'll add those in the debt overview. So it could be your checking, your savings, a money market account, whatever that might be. And you're going to want to name the institution. So you can see here, you might have the same institution more than once because you might have a joint checking account, an individual checking account, or a savings account. So here's the name of the institution. This one here is the nickname to help you identify which checking or which savings it is, and then whether it's a joint or individual account. Then you want to put the last four digits of the account number over here just to make sure you're identifying it with the right account. And then if there's a minimum limit required in your checking or savings or money market, whatever that is, you'll want to put that here. If there's no minimum limit, just put 0. And then lastly, you want to put the total current balance as it sits today. And these balances here in this column, again, will total up here in this box and carry over to your dashboard. One more thing I want to mention on the drop downs, if there's something in here you will never use or something you want to add, you can easily update it or edit it here with this pencil. You'll just click on the pencil icon, and then you'll see over here the ones that are already in there, checking, savings, and money market. But here is where, and you can delete these if you don't want them in there, or you can add another one. So if you're going to add one, let's just say you're going to add a high yield savings account. You'll click done. You're always going to get this pop up and you want to say apply to all. If you do not do that, it's only going to apply to the cell you're in instead of adding it to every cell that has the drop down. So we'll click apply to all. And now if you go into any of these drop downs, you will see that new account you listed. So if I go down here, it's here. If I go back up here, it's here. And again, if you don't want it there, you can just go back into the pencil icon, click delete, done. And again, you want to select apply to all. So that's how you'll edit those. The next one is your income overview. And this is where you want to list any type of income that you get throughout the month. So maybe you have rental properties, or these could be where you work. If you work for a realty company, or if you are the owner of the realtor company, put the name of it here. And as you can see, I have it in here twice because one is for commission and one is for the paycheck. Maybe you get some dividend income from some of your bank accounts. You'll want to put that in here. And then maybe your partner, this would be the name of their company and then their paycheck. And then you'll want to list if it's fixed or variable. Most of these will be fixed unless it's a commission or a bonus that could be variable. And then the frequency, is it monthly, bi-weekly, bi-monthly, quarterly, whatever that is, you want to put that in the drop down. And then list the due date. And then how much that income is after gross, so after taxes. So this is the net amount. And then is it auto deposited, yes or no? No is in red just to flag this to let you know you might want to get that into auto deposit. The reason you might want to do that is, one, it'll save you time. You won't have to go to the bank. Two, sometimes if you go to the bank, you might end up cashing it instead of putting it into your account. And then you'll want to put your account nickname here. That just identifies, is it coming from your checking, from your savings, wherever it is. You just want to select wherever that's coming out of from your drop down. And then again, these are shaded, so you don't want to touch them. They're auto-populated based on what you put into the financial accounts overview tab. Okay, so next is the expense overview. And this one, you'll see 2 rows here, and they're shaded, so you don't have to do anything. They're automatically populated for you, so you don't need to touch them, but they are coming from the gift overview tab and the insurance overview tab. Gift and insurance are expenses, but there's some more detail you need to put into those. And so we'll just carry over the annual and the monthly here to give you your total expenses up here. The rest of your expenses you'll put down here. So bills and utilities, groceries, additional expenses, whatever those are, you'll list them here. And then in the drop down, you can select which budget category they're coming from. And again, you can list additional expenses if it's not listed here, or you can use that pencil icon to add or delete items. And then you'll want to put whether it's a fixed or variable amount. So if it's a utility, it might be fixed. If it's something like groceries, it's going to be variable, or eating out, dining out, that'll be a variable. Then you'll want to put the frequency. So you'll select whatever frequency it is, and then the due date, and then the amount, and if you're current on your payments. So if you're not current on your payments, it's going to show red here. And then you'll want to put how much you're behind. And then the next column is how are you paying these? Are they on auto pay? Are you paying cash? Are you paying on the website? Are you transferring money? Is it through a debit or a credit card? And then you'll want to put which account it's coming out of in the drop down. Again, these are populated from what you've already put into the financial accounts overview. And then the monthly amount, if this is all shaded, it just is calculated based on the information you're putting in over here. And then all of these plus these two here from the insurance and gift tabs will total up here. And then this will carry over to your dashboard. So then onto the gift overview tab. This is where you can put your family members here or colleagues or relatives, whoever you are going to set a goal or want to give gifts throughout the year. And then you can put what that amount is for Christmas or birthday, anniversary, other holidays, or other occasions. Once you put these amounts in here, then you'll want to put which account you're paying it out of. And then this is shaded because it's totaling these amounts here for the year. So these are annual amounts you're putting in here. The total annual is here, and then it breaks it down into monthly, which these totals are carried into a total monthly amount that you're putting away. Then in the insurance overview tab, this one, keep in mind, these over here may not all be filled in. It depends on what category you have over here. And this insurance overview tab helps you see where you sit today with your insurance. And that way, when you get a renewal, like let's say your homeowner's renewal, you can look and see, okay, this is what I paid last year. What is my renewal amount? Did it go up or down? And then you can start to shop your insurance if you want to. But here you're going to want to put in, what is the insurance type? Is it group life through work? Do you have individual life insurance? Is it term or whole life insurance? And then you'll want to list your autos, your home, your umbrella, and then a secondary home or a cabin if you have that. And then the name of the insurance company would go here. You'll want to list all the policy numbers here, whether they're individual or joint accounts. And then values, you may have a value here, you may not. If it's life insurance, you'll have a value. If it's a vehicle, you're more than likely not going to have a value unless you have replacement costs, then you'll want to put that in. Your home or your secondary home, this value is the dwelling value listed on your insurance policy. It's not how much you can sell your home for. It's not how much you pay taxes on your home. This is how much it's insured for under the dwelling coverage A in your insurance policy. And then your umbrella, which is your liability insurance, you'll want to put what that amount is. Is it 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, whatever that is. And then you'll want to list your effective dates here, expiration dates. Now, if it is a group life insurance policy through work, you won't have an expiration date because the expiration date would be when you terminate from work or when you separate from that job. And in this case, because it's a benefit from your employer, there is no premium there, so there will be no reoccurrence here. The rest of them, you will have an expiration date, and then you will have the total premium. These are annual premiums, and then over here, it will break it down into monthly. These premiums are based on what you select here. So this is a monthly premium. This is a semi-annual. So if it's not a monthly, it will be calculated to a monthly over here so that everything in this column will equal the total monthly up here. And then you can put comments in, any comments that you want to add, you can put here. You can put a URL, a website address here, contact phone numbers, whatever that is for that insurance carrier. Now the debt overview tab, this one is all of your debt. So it's credit cards, student loans, maybe you have a payday loan or a personal loan, a home equity line. Whatever your debts are, you want to list the creditors here, and then the type of debt in the drop down. And then if there is a maximum limit, if it's a credit card, you'll want to put what that max limit is. And then if it's a loan payoff date, you'll list the date here, the annual percentage rate, whether it's fixed or variable, And then the monthly due date goes in here. And then your minimum monthly payment. And then whether you're current or not. If you're not current, you'll want to list how far you're behind. And then you will list where the payment amount is coming from. And then what account it's coming out of. And then what your current loan balance is. And those balances here is the total that carries up to the top. And just so you know, again, this line here is just like the expense overview tab where we've carried over the insurance and gift tab. In the debt tab, this one here on row 6, we're carrying over any delinquent amount from your expense overview, which is this $220, because now that's become a debt because you're behind on it. Again, you don't have to do anything here. It's auto-populated, but this amount up here is the total of this $220 plus the $400 here, and then these. So that's what this total debt is. And then next, you're going to go over to the retirement overview. And just to let you know here, this is a very simplistic overview of your retirement. And it's really intended just for you to get your eyes on, am I putting away to a 401k or an IRA or any sort of retirement right now? And if my employer offers a 401k or a Roth or whatever that is, what is the employer match? Because that's free money for you. And if there is an employer match, are you at least putting that amount in to get the free dollars from your employer? So here you want to list where the 401k is. Could be Alliance Pension, it could be Transamerica, whatever that is, the name of the account, and then who is the account owner? Is it a 401k? Is it an IRA? And then the current balance on your statement. I'm not taking into account the money you're making on the investment going forward or anything previous. It's just today, what that balance shows on your statement, total, and then what is your total monthly contribution that you're putting away to these accounts. And then what is the employer match? If you don't know that, reach out to Human Resources where you work or to the company that has your 401k to find out what that match is. And then if you know the URL, you'll want to put it in here so that you can look that up. And then make sure you know if you have a beneficiary or not. If you do not, please make sure you add a beneficiary to your retirement account. Because if you don't, at the time of your death, the person you want that money to go to, it may not end up with them. So please make sure that you know who the beneficiary is and list them here. And then just put the date here that you last updated this, because again, it's just current as it sits today, what it looks like. And then finally, you want to go to the annual budget. And in the annual budget, again, this is all pre-populated. If you read up here, it says, do not fill out anything on this page. It's automatically populated for you. There's only one spot that you would want to change, possibly, and that's right here in this gold tab. If you go to the right of it and click here, you want to double click, and here's where you want to set the date that you want to start using this spreadsheet. So if you purchased this in April, you might want to start on April 1st. Maybe you purchased at the beginning of the year and you want to start on January 1st. So you're going to select that. What that does is it makes this 12 months, a rolling 12 months. So if I go back to April, you'll see now it's April to the end of March. So that's the only time you would change anything on this spreadsheet. Otherwise, it's pre-populated everything for you. And then we can go back to the dashboard, which is going to give you that the visual snapshot. And on this dashboard, you'll have your capital overview, how much money you have, the debt overview, how much you owe, and then that gives you your net worth. So it's the capital amount minus the debt gives you your net worth. And then down here, it will show you your monthly income and your monthly expenses. And then that gives you your monthly your net monthly cash flow, which is your expenses that have been subtracted from your income. Now, if this is a negative, if you have a negative net worth or a negative monthly cash flow, these boxes will be red and the smiley faces will turn into sad faces. And then up at the top, you will get, I'll zoom in a little bit, you'll get just a little blurb on what your snapshot looks like. So this one says, you have a positive net worth and a positive cash flow. You're doing fine. Start dedicating a portion of your income to a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. So in each one of these, you can see it will give you the percentages of, you can hover over each one and it will tell you the amount and the percentage broken down for this category. So I hope this was helpful for you as you continue to build awareness around your household financial picture and build your financial knowledge. Being aware of your finances and having a centralized place to house all your data and information, like the Household Financial Snapshot that we have here, helps you make smart, informed decisions with all your money. So have fun with this, get excited, and give yourself a huge high five for taking responsibility and action on your finances.